Welcome back. Now we will be discussing module 3. What is module 3? Capital generation process, or in other words it is called primary market process. Till now we have seen module 2, capital markets. So module 3, as always, our LinkedIn details, website details, Twitter and other details are given, and people who want to take our training programs, they can reach out to us at the mail ID and the contact number given. Target audience, it is the same target audience, we will not be repeating. Anybody who is undergoing training, or anybody who is doing BA, BCom, any graduates, or anyone who wants to attend interviews, and particularly in banking, financial services, it is ideally suited for them because it is a continuation module. What is the takeaway? That's very important. Good understanding of capital generation process, that is primary market process. So at the end of it, you will have a good understanding of how the entire primary market process happens in India. So as you can see in slide 4, capital generation process, primary market process. You see here, there is SEBI, the regulatory body is there, then investment banker and company is there, and there is an underwriter. So this is called the approval process. What happens? The step 1 is very simple. The company, as I told you, if you recollect, the private limited company, it becomes a public limited company. How? A private limited company is restricted, they cannot invite the general public to become a shareholder, whereas a public limited company, anybody can become a shareholder. So to invite someone to become a shareholding, there has to be a company that has to be existing, which has to be a private limited company. It has to get converted into a public limited company. In order to become a public limited company, first the company decides that it has to become public. The next step is that it appoints somebody called an investment banker. Who is an investment banker? An investment banker is an entity who is well aware of the capital markets, who is well aware of the regulatory process, who has very good connect and contact in the industry, and they have very good understanding of the various companies of similar in nature. Let us take, for example, you take Fibocan, our company. We are into education, educational field. So let us say, for example, if we want to go public, then what we will do, we will appoint an investment banker who will then determine who are all the existing educational companies that are listed, what is the price at which it is quoting, and then they will determine what is our profits that we are making, what is the future profits, and what will be the price that at which the market will accept. Then they will approach SEBI for getting the necessary approval. They will prepare something called an offer document, red hot document, offer document, which they will prepare. The document will contain what the company is all about, who are the directors, what are the when the company was started, and various other details. Along with that, what is the company's current plans, future plans, what is the future growth plans, and what is the reason for price bands that they are giving. So with all these details, the investment banker then prepares an offer document, and it is then approved by SEBI. Once SEBI approves it, then the company can go public. At this point in time, company will, once they have appointed an investment banker, they will sometimes appoint somebody called an underwriter. Who is an underwriter? And a company goes for public. Let us say, for example, if Fibocan decides to go public, our company. So we are issuing 1 lakh shares at 200 rupees. Suppose 10 lakh shares at 200 rupees. Suppose out of 10 lakhs, the general public subscribing only for, let us say, out of 10 lakhs, 8 lakhs only. The remaining 2 lakhs, the public has not subscribed, or public is not showing interest, let us say. So then the underwriter, his role will come. The underwriter will subscribe to the unsubscribed portion. It is a kind of a risk management and risk mitigation. So hence underwriter will get an underwriting commission. Sometimes the investment banker themselves will do the underwriting role, but whoever does, please understand, there is an underwriting role that is there in the entire primary market process. There is a company which first appoints an investment banker, which first decides it has to go public, appoints an investment banker who prepares the offer document with the necessary justification, and they come out with a price band. So what is the price band? So as I said, Fibocan wants to go out public. That means we will say a price band of 200 rupees to 240 rupees. That means anything below 200 we will not accept. Okay, and anything up to 240 we will accept. This is called book building process. Okay, So, with all these documents, it will be given to SEBI for approval. SEBI is, as I told you, capital market regulator who will give necessary approval. Once SEBI approval is there, then we will go to the next step, as you can see in the slide, of the book building and allotment process. As you can see here, other entities are coming into the picture. The company investment banker I have shown on the left hand side, then the book building process. I will come to that, how the book building process happens. Then the investor who is subscribing to the company shares, then their bank is there because their bank account has to be debited or credited, and depositories, that is where the shares are credited, then R&T agents, registrar and transfer agents. We will discuss the process and each role played by each party. So, the book building process, company now states, Fibocan says that the book building shares will be issued anywhere between the price band of 200 rupees to 240 rupees. So, once the offer is open, normally it is open for 2-3 days. So, once the offer is open, people will start bidding, various investors will start bidding. Somebody will bid 100 shares at 200 rupees, somebody will bid another 1000 shares at 220 rupees. So on, they will keep on bidding. All the bids will be accepted, and the investment banker then basis the bids, they will do the allotment of shares. The allotment for successful, if it is oversubscribed, then the allotment will be done proportional. If it is undersubscribed, as I said, everybody will get allotment, and also the unsubscribed portion will be subscribed by the underwriter, as I explained earlier. So, then what happens? Now, the successful investor has to be allotted shares, and whoever there, when the investor paying the money, their bank account will be debited and company's Fibocan's bank account will be credited. And for unsuccessful investor or partial successful, let us say for example, an investor has applied for 100 shares, he is allotted 80 shares. So, the money for the remaining 20 shares has to be returned back. So, that will be done by crediting his bank account. Hence, investor's bank account comes into the picture. Now, the two entities that are there, depositories and R&T agents. Who is R&T agents? Registrar and transfer agents. What they do is that they maintain the list of investors of any company at any given point of time. So, why they have to maintain? Because when corporate action, we have discussed in module 2 corporate actions, when any corporate action has to be announced, the list of shareholders has to be taken. So, if somebody has to be given dividend, who are all the shareholders on that particular day, which we call it as a record date. So, they have to be identified and they have to be given the dividend, for which the registrar and transfer agents maintain all the details, and also they give the credit to the, they distribute the dividends, right shares and other things. Where they credit the shares in this case? Here the shares are credited in the depository. As you know, we have two depositories in India, NSDL and CDSL. In both the depositories, wherever it is there, the shares, investor, wherever they are having account, their accounts will be credited. The R&T agent will get the intimation from the company, from the investment banker, or the successful allottees and successful quantities that they have been allotted, and they will inform depository to credit the set of investors with the shares for which they have been allotted. So, hence the shares will be allotted in the depositories. As far as investors are concerned, if they see the shares allotted in the depository, they will know that yes, I have applied for 100 shares, for 80 I have been allotted share, 20 I got the money back. So, this is the entire process of capital market generation process, and particularly book building and allotment process. So, in India normally this process happens within a week. So, that means we are in a very superior way of capital market functioning, as you can see. So, I am sure that this is going to lay a good foundation for you to go into the next stage, which is the capital. We have seen capital generation process, the next is the liquidity process. Thank you very much.